Today we'll be taking an in-depth look at a relatively new addition to the Breville espresso lineup, the Bambino Plus. This machine may look entry-level, but there's more to it than meets the eye in this ultra-compact form factor. Can it justify the price tag? Let's find out. Starting off with the most unique aspect of this machine, let's look at the size and build. The main complaint I hear about the Bambino is that it's so small that you need to bear hug it in order to lock in the portafilter. And while it does move around if you try to do it one-handed, I think that bear hug is a bit of an exaggeration. One hand on top will do just fine, and this is required with most consumer-level espresso machines on the market. 99% of the images that you see of this machine online are facing head-on, so the first thing that immediately caught me off guard was the actual depth of this machine. Yes, it's a mere 19 centimeters across, but it's still just as deep as any of the other Breville machines. Luckily, the depth is not the only thing carried over from Breville's other products. Despite the relatively toyish appearance, the build quality is good, incorporating real metal, tight tolerances, and when it's used, the plastic is thick and sturdy feeling. One thing that did feel notably cheaper was the portafilter. Why would you cheap out on this Breville? It's the one part people are going to touch each and every day. Luckily, you can use any of Breville's 54mm portafilters with the Bambino Plus, which is a good upgrade not only for build quality, but coffee quality as well, which we'll get into a bit later on. Quickly going over the rest of the machine, you have a large removable water reservoir on the back, a cup warming rack on top, a small drip tray, and a very simple 5-button interface. I like the clean and simple look, but I think that not including a dedicated hot water outlet was a mistake. If you're an Americano drinker like myself, you'll need to boil the water separately in a kettle, or steam the water to the desired temperature. Not exactly ideal. Speaking of steaming, let's talk about the steaming performance, as this was a real standout feature of this machine. The Bambino uses a 4-hole steam wand that can be pre-programmed to reach 3 independently adjustable levels of temperature and texture. I measured the temperature settings to be 50, 70, and 90 degrees Celsius for low, medium, and high. Speed was also impressive, taking 38 seconds to reach a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius, which is not only faster than the Barista Express, but also faster than the dual boiler. Because this does not look like a typical Panarello, I was skeptical about how good the automatic milk texturing would be, but despite not having the same level of superfine control that's found on the Oracle, the quality of the textured milk was honestly very similar between these two very differently priced machines. You just need to hope that your preferences fall into one of the 3 preset levels, which range from very fine latte foam to very heavy cappuccino foam, and then one setting in between. What I didn't like so much was the way that the temperature sensor is separate from the steam wand and requires you to double check that the pitcher is making good contact. If it's not touching or the sensor is wet, the Bambino will not automatically shut off, leaving you with a burnt milky mess. This hasn't happened to me yet, but I just feel like it's a clunkier system than the all-in-one solutions found on the more expensive machines, where the temperature sensor is integrated into the steam tip. Another steaming feature that was carried over was automatic purging. Simply push the steam arm back in and it will remove any built-up milk residue. Switching between brewing and steaming is also dramatically quicker than the other lower-end Brevilles, thanks to the new heating design. Just look at the difference in speed when compared to the Barista Express. Although the Bambino steams very quickly, it can still not brew and steam at the same time, so the dual boiler and Oracle still have a considerable efficiency advantage. Next, we come to the Espresso Quality, which confused me to say the least. In the box with the Bambino, you receive one cheaper feeling portafilter, one single shot filter basket, and one double shot filter basket. But they're pressurized filters. If you're planning on using pre-ground coffee with this machine, then this is not an issue. Pressurized filter baskets allow you to build pressure from coffee that's not ground finely enough for espresso, but they sacrifice quality for that convenience, which is why Breville generally includes both pressurized and non-pressurized filter baskets with their machines. I'm not sure why they chose the Bambino to skimp on the portafilter quality and quantity of included filter baskets, likely to avoid cannibalizing the market share currently held by the Infuser. However, like I said earlier, you can use any of Breville's 54mm portafilters or filter baskets with this machine. They even list them as optional accessories on the Bambino product page. So if you have a good quality burr grinder and want to make the best coffee possible, you'll need to pay for at least a separate filter basket. And if you want, a spouted or bottomless portafilter for aesthetics and build quality purposes. Besides Breville's odd choice to only include pressurized accessories, the espresso from the Bambino is right in line with the rest of the Breville machines in terms of quality. It offers a low pressure pre-infusion, the option to program the duration of both your single and double shots, or extract manually by holding either of the buttons down. One thing that is missing is the ability to adjust the shot temperature. I think that the decision to leave out a hot water spout, include automatic steaming, and only include pressurized baskets shows that Breville is targeting this machine purely at latte and cappuccino drinkers. And if that's you, this is a great entry-level unit to consider. However, if they just included single wall filters right from the start and had somehow managed to squeeze in a hot water outlet, I think I would have been head over heels for this machine. But like I said earlier, a machine with those specs would very quickly have made the more espresso-focused Infuser obsolete. Overall, this is a powerful, compact appliance, and if you're looking for an entry-level machine to make lattes and cappuccinos at home, this is absolutely one to consider. Just be aware of the couple small quirks and additional purchases you might need to make in order to get the absolute best out of it. Again, I've left a link to the Bambino Plus in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and even consider subscribing if you want to see some more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.